Each and every organism on this earth relies on one common thing: water, and without it, life would cease to exist. Take Canada for example. Canada holds 7% of the world's renewable fresh water, and although that might seem like a lot, it's important to consider that it's a fragile resource dearly being taken advantage of. So how much water do we use? Canadians use an average of 1.5 million cubic meters per day, or 4,400 liters per person per day, ranking second globally for daily water consumption in developed countries, just behind the United States. So why is our water fragile? In addition to mass consumption, climate change is making a big impact on our water resources, and we're already seeing the effects of it. On the west coast, lower river flows are leading to issues with salmon populations. In the prairies, lack of Arctic runoff leaves the fields dry, and farmers are starting to feel the pinch. Even in Ontario, we're seeing the levels of the Great Lakes drop from year to year, and worldwide, we are seeing the wetlands dry up. In fact, some sources say that globally, as a result of climate change and overconsumption, at the current rate we're using it at, we have just over 17 years until we run out of fresh water. So, from a non-statistical standpoint, why is water important?
It keeps us alive, and not just as the animals as well. And some people don't really treat it nice nowadays because pollution. They throw litter and bags of garbage in the water, different types of plastic, and it gets stuck in the water and it hurts the ocean animals and any other animals that swim in the water.
Without water, we are nothing, right? We're all 80% water. And then we use water in every aspect of our lives. We take it for granted. And now we're seeing globally and closer to home what happens when you don't have enough water. What happens when you have drought? What happens when people don't have access to clean drinking water or clean bathing water for more than decades?
I think there are two things that 100% determine life on Earth, and one is the sun and the other one is water. All the water on Earth is connected. We can't just detach ourselves and say, it doesn't matter what I do in the city or on my streets, because if I flick a cigarette butt, it will wash down to the sewers, it will wash down to the lake, and then to the next lake, and it will end up in the ocean.
As a First Nations woman, we are the protectors of water. So water is the number one thing to bring in a life to this world. So we protect it with all we have. We all need it to survive.
Water is so sacred to us. Creator have us on earth. If it's taking care of us, we have to be able to be taking care of it too.
What is the way forward?
For all of us to spend more time in the water, on the water, near the water, understanding that relationship. Individual effort is great, but collective effort is so much better. Working together within our incredible diversity.
A few people cannot make a change, but a lot of people together can make a change. We have to be more mindful about their consumption. We have to be mindful of where we buy things from, what we are buying, what we're consuming.
The way forward, I believe, would be education. Educating people why water is important, why we have to protect it, and start cleaning the water we have already damaged so we have plenty for the future.
How can we encourage you to participate in the protection of our water?
To help the water, because water is life and every animal will be extinct, including us will be extinct.
And I think we're starting to do a better job of not just listening to younger voices, but adding the younger voices into a bigger conversation. And that includes some of the initiatives that HIP is doing, bringing young people together and being leaders in conversation building. And for everyone's voice to be respected, everyone has something to bring to the table.
Youth are way more interested in environmental protection in general. The most important is to keep this curiosity and keep this drive that children have to save the oceans.
We can encourage youth by telling stories of what we use the water for, why it's important in cultures.
We could teach youth how to have a water ceremony and even trying to implement it in the youth's lives, because you don't have to be Indigenous to be partaking in these ceremonies.
One of the things that's in short supply these days is hope that it can be different. I firmly believe that it can be.